Why do we feel so empty? The reason is because we live in something called the Iron Prison. It is a prison that keeps us locked away like animals in a zoo. It does not give us space for us to run wild, to grow, to expand, to take up space and learn the skills needed to feel alive. When we grow up in an environment that pertains fully to being inside of own space, everything that you do throughout your life feels meaningless, because whatever you build within this is eventually going to be owned by someone else. You cannot build nothing of value within own space. It feels empty. You feel empty. This is the reason why so many people have this feeling. We live in environments, cities, suburbs that are completely owned by other people. There is no ideas of a frontier to explore. There is no land to claim as your own. You just cannot do this. Therefore, you cannot leave a legacy behind, and you feel empty because of this. There are some of us who might feel empty because we have a deep natural desire to expand and to build. But most of the jobs you have in the corporate world only allow you to work a very specific and very narrow type of job. It is a job that does not allow us for agency, since many of these companies are afraid of their employees making small mistakes that could cost the company money. But it is these kind of jobs with this level of risk which actually make you feel alive. When there's a risk of total destruction in your career or your life, only then do you feel alive, because you feel as if you have agency over the future of yourself and the thing around you, that you actually have a vital role in the machine. When you take away this safety, when you put in too many safety nets around you, it feels as if you can be replaced and no one will remember you. You have no value. Another reason why we feel empty is because the relationships around us are fake. Your relationships with your community from school is falling apart. Your friends you had when you were in high school, you probably don't see anymore. The friends you make at work is fake, it's corporate. Communities also feel empty because we have lost third spaces that allowed us to naturally come together in a place after work. And since most of us commute to work via cars, once we do head home, there is no middle place for us to meet. Everyone works 50 miles from each other. And when that happens, meeting in one central location becomes nearly impossible. Especially when driving takes about an hour yourself. You're tired already, you just want to go home and just go to sleep. And because of this, there is no natural bonds that would have given our ancestors in the past a reason to get up in the morning. That no longer exists for us. For many of us, we only get up in the morning in order to work and pay the bills. That is an empty, domesticated life. That is a life of a slave. The life not worth living. So what is the solution? Women suffer through this. Young men specifically suffer from this because during the Bronze Age, men were always organized in bands of brothers, bands of men that were the causes and ends of civilization. Men today want to come together and accomplish shared goals, but they really can't. Video games simulate this in many ways, but since video games are also owned spaces, these are not owned by us, this is owned by a corporation across the ocean, it feels fake and hollow. The solution is to look at the people in the Bronze Age and look at how they organize themselves and bring that level of organization back into the current day. To form brotherhoods of men that build bonds through hardship and camaraderie. This used to exist back in the day with the Boy Scouts, but in a very sad and almost deliberate fashion, the Boy Scouts have been destroyed. They now allow women to enter into the Boy Scouts. And this has completely ruined male bonding that young men need when they are adolescents. And the Boy Scouts also engage in very soft hardships. The camping is almost entirely artificial. It feels too safe. It feels too sterile. It doesn't feel as if you have any danger to it. And they also do not do any physical training to make the boys stronger, athletic, and strong. Look at what comes out of the Boy Scouts most of the time. It is a very geeky, weak, and domesticated young man. But the truth is that the idea that the Boy Scouts had is the only solution that can work for us today. That is both revolutionary and anti-political. This is the only organization in the world that matters. Revolutionary because it gives men a purpose to live. What we need today is to resurrect the Boy Scouts, but to make them more assertive, to allow men to come together and to train sports like MMA, to go hiking, to travel around the country, to go on mountain trekking, and to naturally allow young men to build these communities once again. As far as I'm aware, these groups do not exist, but they must exist. And therefore, I've recently started a group like this in my local campus. I'm no longer a college student, but I still have friends at my college, and so we decided to form an organization. We call this organization Second Son. It is a group of men that come together every single Saturday that I run. We train MMA, we do Muay Thai, and we do Jiu-Jitsu. Afterwards, we go hang out. Sometimes we go partying, sometimes we do something else like that. We also organize hiking trips once a month or twice a month. And we're looking to one day get into camping and into volunteering. And I believe that the guys watching this video, those of you with a lot of agency yourselves that want to build things out, I think you should join this community. I only have them locally to my state, but if you guys want to form your own groups, I'll be more than happy to jump on a Discord call with you and give you advice on how to start one. It is very simple, it's very easy, and it's a lot of fun. Those of you who have this energy and want to build yourselves up and want to actually feel purpose in life once again, join the Discord. Message me and I can help you guys form your own Second Son chapter in your local communities. Thank you so much and have a good day.